I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investmentpitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Kory Hoang, the CEO of Stabili. Kory, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Ashton.
You're very welcome. Let's kick it off with a discussion on Stabili and the StableUSD coin. First of all, what is Stabili and why is it an important asset in the blockchain industry?
Yeah, definitely. Stabili is a startup. We're backed by venture capital. We're from Seattle. Our team is made up of former Amazon and Microsoft engineers. And we built what's called a stablecoin, a US dollar-backed stablecoin. And what that means is essentially we're building the 21st century version of what a check or a money order or a cashier check would be. And we're building it using blockchain technology as well as cryptocurrency technology. We issue a token on a blockchain to represent a claim to a dollar, one-to-one, that's sitting in our reserve at a regulated financial institution. So people can deposit a dollar into the trust account and we can issue them a stablecoin in return, or they can bring a stablecoin to us and we can return the dollar, the reserve back to them. And this is useful because it acts very similarly to money orders, to checks, cashier checks, which there are a lot of use cases around. But the fact that the stablecoin is built on a blockchain means that it could be transferred almost anywhere in the world. The system is borderless, so its application for global remittance and payments is significantly higher than traditional methods.
Interesting. So Stabili is a regulated and transparent stablecoin, you say. Now, what are the current problems in the industry that Stabili is specifically solving?
Yeah, the largest problem that we have in the industry right now is obviously we have Tether, which is a dollar-backed stablecoin that is issued by an unregulated entity, and they're actually not very transparent at all about the reserve backing up their stablecoin. So I think for every Tether out there, they have publicly admitted that there might only be 70 or 75% of reserve to back it up. So obviously, Tether is still the largest one around, but we think there's a lot of risk built into it, and it's only a matter of time before that stablecoin collapse. And of course, when it does collapse, it will leave a lot of void in the space that a lot of other players like myself could come in to capture market share with.
Interesting. And many people have heard of Tether, but there are also a lot of other companies and other exchanges that are bringing on other stablecoins. Are you considered to be competing with these other stablecoins? And what is the difference between Stabili and these other coins besides Tether?
Absolutely. So Stabili is a fiat-backed stablecoin. We're backed by US dollar. So we're not backed by cryptocurrency or gold or even some stablecoins out there are unbacked. They're regulated by smart contract, which has no physical dollar backing. So the fact that we actually have a dollar in the reserve makes us organic and easy for people to use. And we conduct regular attestation every month for our reserve so that, we bring in a CPA firm to confirm that there is money in the account versus how many tokens we have printed in circulation. And we also broadcast the balance of our reserve via the partners API who we work with, and that is broadcasted on our website 24/7 for anyone to see. So you can always verify how much money we have versus how many there are. How we're different from other fiat-backed stablecoins like, for example, TrueUSD or USDC or Paxos is we don't charge issue and redemption fees to issue or redeem the stablecoin. We waive all wire fees for clients who are redeeming the stablecoin for US dollar. And we're also expanding our stablecoin onto other blockchain protocol. Most recently, we expanded onto Binance Chain, and we are launching it on Binance Dex next week as well, which is a decentralized exchange. Upon that happening, we will officially become the fastest major stablecoin in the world with about 3,000 to 4,000 TPS.
Wow. Very impressive, Kory. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, how much time was put into the development of Stabili, and when was it first released into the market?
Yeah, we raised seed funding in April of 2018, and it took us about 8 months to build the product. So we coded the smart contract. We got it audited by a smart contract security firm. We also partner with a regulated financial institution in the United States to help us carry out this business model compliantly. And that institution is called Prime Trust. They're a Nevada based trust company that is regulated as a administrator and issuer for our stablecoin system. And toward the end of November, the end of 2018, we listed our stablecoin for the first time ever on Bittrex, which is a regulated U.S. Crypto exchange, which is very well known across the world. Within 2 months of that, we listed it on Binance, which is the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, period. We became the fifth and so far final stablecoin to be added to that exchange.
Very interesting. And now, is the development done, or are you further developing advancements and enhancements to Stabili? And do you guys have a development team that's doing that right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Development never stops. We think the space is going to continue to evolve, and there are many different level of evolutions that we're going to see in the next several years. We're scaling out our development team into other markets like India and Vietnam, where developer costs a little bit cheaper. We, compared to all the major stablecoin projects, we actually raised 80-90% less funding than they have, and we managed to pull up our own ground pretty well. So it's kind of like a David and Goliath situation we got going on. My vision, or our vision, is there will be many generations of stablecoin, and each generation is going to have improvements over previous generations. Right now, we are in the first generation of stablecoin, and we have what I call vanilla stablecoin. It's backed by fiat, one-to-one. It has transparency. It's audited. It has liquidity, and it has stability, right? So these are the very basic building blocks that any good stablecoin would need to have. And I'm just speaking mainly about fiat-backed stablecoin here. Mm-hmm. I think that Generation 2 stablecoins will come out once companies and corporations like Walmart or Costco or Amazon or even Shell or Chevron, or even car companies like Nissan or Toyota finally realize that, they could themselves create their own stablecoin and add additional benefits and utility from their ecosystem on the stablecoin. Imagine going to Shell or Chevron and being able to pay Shell or Chevron in stablecoin, in Shell stablecoin, right? Mm-hmm. Now, why would Chevron or Shell want to do this, right? Well, when you pay them with a stablecoin and rely on the blockchain instead of Visa or MasterCard, Shell or Chevron doesn't have to pay Visa or MasterCard 4 to 5% per transaction. On top of that, now that they're now that they have a stablecoin, they're actually earning interest income from the fiat reserve that is backing up the stablecoin. So you're going from paying money to now earning money. Now think about the potential of Shell giving some of that saving back to the customer, right? Or some of that earning back to the customer in the form of discount, bonus, rewards, whatever, right? So I think that one day, these Generation 2 stablecoins will have hundreds, if not even thousands of them all over the world, from Walmart to Costco to Amazon to Shell to Chevron, you name it, right? And they will all have their unique utilities and benefit that is, contained within their ecosystem, which brings us to, I think, kind of looking a little bit ahead here, but Generation 3 stablecoins is where we have consolidation of all these different utility stablecoins, right? And people are going to start combining them into basket. So we'll have a basket stablecoin of Amazon, of Costco, of Walmart, the e-commerce or the retail stablecoin basket that you can use at any of these retailer in that basket, right? And you'll still benefit from that utility. So basically, it'll allow you to spend your Amazon coin at Costco and still make it work, essentially.
Very interesting. The future sounds very promising. Now, when you first built Stabili, did you first see it as how most people see stablecoins right now, as sort of a hedge to the Bitcoin price? You know, when Bitcoin's going down, people don't want to move into American dollars, so they move into a stablecoin, and that seems to be one of the primary uses. Was that the original goal of Stabili, or are you envisioning this full, you know, retail experience as you're speaking of?
Yeah, absolutely. Originally, it was mainly just for trading. So how I got into stablecoin in the first place was I used to trade crypto very actively in 2017, and I was doing it with trading algorithms. So at some point, you know, I had tens of thousands of tether that I didn't want to hold because it was very not non-transparent, very shady, and there's a lot of issues, a lot of bad press coming out. So I wanted to find a different stablecoin to park my money in. So I was a consumer. I was a consumer trying to find a reliable option for me that I can trust. And I couldn't find anything. And
so you built your own.
Here I am trying to park 50, 60, 70 grand into something, and I couldn't find it. And that was just me. Can you imagine how many other people out there in the world were in the same situation? So within a week, I was actually driving, and I drove past a casino. And on the casino billboards, I saw pictures of casino chips. And right when I saw that, it just, the light bulb went up in my head, and here I am.
That's a great story, Kory. Now, you mentioned a little bit ago that you guys had raised quite a bit less than some of the other stablecoin projects. Now, how do you plan to sustain the business? Is there a business model or some kind of revenue generation for Stabili? How do you foresee, you know, business ongoing?
Absolutely. It has been proven in the stablecoin sector over the past 12 months that just because you have a lot of money and a lot of resources and capital doesn't mean you can actually go to market successfully. And I'm not going to name any names here, but there's one major stablecoin out there that has seen a significant decline in market cap recently because they executed incorrectly on their business development, marketing, as well as certain promotions that they gave out. It didn't really work out for them. And, you know, we at Stabili, we burn less than $80,000 a month in total expenses as a startup. So by staying very lean, very efficient, very nimble, and, you know, just not making the same mistakes that some of these larger players have already made, I think it will place us ahead of the pack in the long run if we are able to continue to keep this up. This is a very David Goliath situation.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. And now, what would you say is one of the biggest challenges as you continue to grow for the rest of this year? Is it that business development and marketing, or what other challenges do you foresee growing?
Absolutely. We believe it is a combination of both technological advancement as well as business development. So in terms of technology, it is not as important as business development for us right now, but we do want to stay ahead of the pack in terms of what kind of technology we're able to put out and what kind of upgrades, you know, how can we evolve our stablecoin essentially. So I have this vision of generation 2, generation 3 stablecoin. So how do we get there? How do we build it, right? But we don't want to build it right now when no one's using it, right? So we want to kind of slowly scale that up over time. Most importantly for us right now is to focus on business development to get people to start using our stablecoin for remittance, for payments, for whatever that they want to use. The benefits is very straightforward. You save 4 to 5 percentage points per transaction. The transaction could be done almost instantly in a few minutes, could be sent globally without any borders. And the people who receive them would have relatively good liquidity because, you know, our stablecoin is listed on Binance. We're listing it on more exchanges. We're integrating with more over-the-counter and broker desk and more partners all over the world. So as time go on, we believe that our liquidity as well as adoption and growth will continue to rise. And it's a very large market. You know, I think mutual funds for money market securities is a $3 trillion industry. You look at cash, banknotes, checking deposit, that's $30 trillion. So, you know, it's a large industry, and there's a lot of potential growth here.
Definitely. Now, how can viewers learn more about Stabili or get involved with the project?
Yeah, you can definitely go to our website, www.stabili.io, or you can also do a simple Google search about Stabili, Stably, and you can find a lot of our PR releases or news article that has came out about us. And I'm always available to be reach out in person. I try to be the only stablecoin CEO that's open to public communication 24/7. So if you want to reach out to me for any comments or question, more than welcome to do so. My email address is Kory@stably.io.
Amazing. Kory Hoang, CEO of Stabili, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time and all the best of luck with Stabili.
Thank you, Ashton. Thanks for having me.